What's going on, everyone? Chris Vack, aka Nirvana Tool, and I am here for a very special video. We will be revealing the last remaining Elf Warlord that has yet to be spoiled in the Into the Accordlands set. Kingswood Games has been gracious enough to share with me 3 spoilers. You're only getting 1 today, but I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Well, no, you might be disappointed, but not for that reason. We only get 1 today, folks. That's it. And it's a good one. It is the Elf Warlord. So if I am going to give you just 1 to start, then this is what I'm going to start with. So for those who don't know me and want to know where you can find the other spoilers once they come out before we get into this one, I stream my regular online tournament matches that are run through the Discord community. We do every month a different style of format. Sometimes it's ancients. This month we're doing poor man, so we can only use commons and uncommons. I will be revealing the other 2 spoilers I have during my matches this month. Probably going to be streaming the first run and the second one, so stay tuned for those. If you haven't followed any of my content, I've been doing Warlord online for 5 years now, which is a little crazy. 24 and playing the whole game total. That's a lot too. But either way, it's always a good time. We have some good laughs. I stream on Twitch, so if you're watching this on YouTube, that's where you'll need to find the other 2 spoilers. But I'll make sure everybody gets to it, even if you hate Twitch. It's okay. Don't worry about that. I don't make you bow down to the corporate overlords. I only make you bow down to maybe this Elf Warlord. You'll see. But we're going to get right into it, though. So I got to say, I am a little shocked when Woodrow sent me the thing that I am about to show you all, which is the last remaining Elf Warlord. The smile that came to my face is a little insane. I think some of you might recognize this person. So here we go. Without further ado, the Elf Warlord. It's fucking Raziel. Let's go, baby. That is right. Raziel, the Nimbic mentalist from Southern Kingdoms, is making their triumphant return to the Accordlands. They've somehow found a way in their 13-year lifespan to make this time jump that is happening into the Accordlands and end up in the base set. I'm so excited. You have no idea. I cannot believe that this is actually the situation we are in. When people saw Vera and Bone and they saw there's a card that discards from your hand, and then when it dies it discards another card, they were like, man, can you imagine what this would be like in Raziel? Thank God we only have to worry about it for ancients. Well, look at that. Look at those nice card frames in the 5e / Into the Accordlands, whatever format they're calling it right now. Either way, that's Raziel. But Raziel's not really the actual thing. Sorry, guys. We like to have fun. I was telling you all. I tried to tell you a little bit. We like to have fun on my streams. So this is just a little joke. I just wanted to get your heart racing just a little bit, just to kind of give you what would be the actual feeling if you encountered the real Elf Warlord that I am about to spoil for you in person. Because I mean, I'd be scared shitless. But you know, man, I'm really not doing a good job with the all audiences. But hey, I got 1 F-bomb, I got 1 S-bomb, so I think we're good for PG-13. So if you're under 13, please ask your parents' permission before continuing to watch this video. But without further ado, let me give you the actual spoiler, guys. I've teased you long enough. Bam! Shyesta the Weaver. She is a spider lady. Now, if you saw this spider lady coming towards you, yeah, your heart would be racing as if Raziel was being reprinted. But don't worry, folks. This is the real one, I swear. So here we go. Shyesta the Weaver. Let's read her up. She is a level 5 evil cleric, elf and seer. So following in the lines of Belial. Good old level 5 elf seers. +2/+2/+2. So it's 3 total strikes in the attack. That's going to go on the video, and that's my cell phone alerting me of things, and that kind of ruins things, but we don't edit. We're doing 1 take here, folks. That's it. Ignore the other 4 times I failed to record this video, but that's staying in. Shyesta the Weaver. We got 3 strikes, 2/2/2, 13 AC, 3 HP, 9 skill. Your characters gain Death React Survey. So what does that mean for those who don't really know? A Death React is a shorter version of saying after this character dies, and it can only happen once. So they made sure there's no crazy infinitely dying silliness going on. But Survey is still new too. So Survey means, let's read it from the actual rule book under section 602.17. Survey. Survey is a keyword that allows you to rearrange cards from the top of your deck. If an action or effect instructs you to survey, you look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Then you put any number of them on top of your deck in any order. Then the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So there you go. Look at your top 2. You like any of them, keep them on top. You don't like them, put them on the bottom. You can put them both on the bottom. You can keep them both on top, and you can rearrange the order, keep them in the same order. It really all depends. So that's what she does. She, as a seer, is looking into the future. She's seeing the webs of fate, as they would say. But that's not all she does. Limited order, so once per turn. Discard up to 2 cards. Draw a card for each card discarded. So she cycles through not only her deck, but the cards in her hand, and she sets it up to make sure that she draws very well. That is exactly what she is. She is a draw engine. And I can say this is really good. I love seeing this. But I do have some, interesting opinions on her. So we're going to dig a little deeper into that. But before I do, let's talk about the makings of this card, because I didn't get just this final spoiler, which will be posted individually by itself as well throughout all of your online outlets. So if you're watching this video, just I'm gonna screenshot it and post it. Oh my god, don't worry, it's coming. It'll be there. I got you. Don't worry. Save you some effort, but if you're impatient, go ahead. Either way, more pictures out there is never a bad thing. But Woodrow gave me a few other things about the production of this card, which was really cool. So I can show you the original sketch that came from the artist Edwin David, who also did Ormalgas famously. But there we go. This is what the original sketch came out as. And look at that. I just love I plopped it right over that. So you can kind of compare, like, this is where we start. And I'm just the artist getting the shapes together. And then bam, I make absolute beauty. So that's kind of fun. But I also have the literal... What is this file called? I want to make sure I call it the right thing. The description and the story that Kingswood provided to Edwin David before he started working on this. So they call it, it says title, Shyesta the Weaver. She is a Grim Fae, is as they describe it, Grim, capital Fey, all one word. The setting is spidery and dark forest, and the location is a dark forest. That is where you would find a half spider person like this. A little bit of background. Grim Fae are evil elves from another plane, a dark Feywild. Shyesta is a seer and can see the future through a web of fate. That is how they described her. The action that she's doing, Shyesta has spider-like appendages emerging from back and piercing green eyes. She is seen spinning a web of fate with her hands. The focus is the evil gray-skinned spider elf Warlord Shyesta and the web of fate she is spinning. The mood should be that she appears to be a predator with supreme intellect. Look at that. Now, there is a note that, I don't know if this was Woodrow or Joshua, but Edwin's color usage was approved, even though it deviated from the original description. So they were looking for something really hard, but I like this green pop that is in there. And I think it is a really good contrast to the dark body that she has. So I think that's awesome, and I'm glad that they approved it. The Grim Fae have a story as well that was provided to me. New to the world of the Accordlands, the Grim Fae pose an existential threat to all who become caught in their web. These elves of the dark Feywild gained access to the Accordlands from an ancient ritual performed by naive and desperate elven lords of the flesh. Since their emergence in the Accordlands, the Grimfae have been growing their numbers, experimenting with dark rites of, I cannot, Arclethesia. Arclethesia. That, why would you throw out that one? I imagine it's, Thesaria, but like with arachnid, maybe? I don't know. And salivating at this new world that waits to be devoured. Yeah, guys, don't worry. If you're not used to my narration, I kind of like will follow the deviation in my head and randomly give you some stupid things. But that's what people say they love about me. I don't know. They're weird. But that's the background behind this card. So this is what we got. I would love to hear your opinions, and I'm about to give mine. But be sure to leave your comments on what you think about this Warlord and what kind of deck would you build with her. I know we don't know all the cards yet in 5e, but I'm looking at her from the perspective of Ancients. I think in 5e, she's super strong. I want to see more cards spoiled. I think I still need to see a little bit more of the cleric's support actions, because that is what she screams to me. She is a support warlord. She makes sure that whatever cards you assembled in your deck to be your main game plan, she is the engine to get to them. And that's exactly what she does. I gotta say, it could be a little bit of a clunky design. I mean, like, what does that mean? Because, it's such little text and it's pretty straightforward. But the fact that every time one of your characters is going to die, you are looking at the top two cards, thinking about it, making a decision, putting them in the bottom and going, that can kind of slow the game down, I think. So this could be... depending on the player, if there's someone who really takes their time and likes to make the optimal decision every time, they might spend a lot of brain power in deciding what they're doing with those two cards and comparing it to their hand and then really thinking about it. And then every time that changes, then they're reassessing everything. That could lead to something being very clunky. I don't know. A little slow, so games might take long with her, which is interesting. This is the first time I'd say we're seeing that in Into the Accordlands. I'd say a lot of the newer designs have been, we want to have very quick games and we got some powerful effects and let's go. But either way, it's an awesome ability in terms of playability. Very strong. And it's a different style, I would say. And I don't think there's anything that kind of does this to this scale. So Shyesta is definitely trailblazing here, I'd say. But the discard two cards to draw a card for each discarded. So you can discard one. So if you only have one bad card, you can do 1 and 1. You get to choose a little bit there. I do like that. Just that will help put more cards in your discard pile, which could help with the elven theme. They love recurring some undead, both in Ancients and in 5e. So that will be really strong. And just in general, drawing cards is never bad in any card game. Maybe in Uno. It's bad in Uno. Don't do that in Uno. But she's not playing Uno. she might be number one in our hearts, but she is not playing Uno. Let's take a look at her artwork in full too. So I didn't have just a sketch. Here's the full art, just so you can see the whole thing. So that's the web of fate that she thinks. Like, it's such a cool profile. Like, this is a really well done. The arachnid necklace is really cool. Look at those. Oh man, those claws. She's something straight out of Marvel. But no, evil spider lady. We've seen this historically with cards like Valanth. We've seen another spoiler by fellow content creator Powerful Mages was also a spider lady. So please go check his stuff out. But you can find that all over the place on the internet right now because everybody is spoiler crazy. But this is really good art. I really think that Edwin David did a really good job here. I do think that this is a strong card, but again, I'm curious to see how the gameplay actually goes. Will this be clunky? It could very well be, but I think it also might just depend on the player. Some guys might go, yep, boom, and then just move on. And I think that's what it'll take to make this an enjoyable experience. But worst case scenario, you know, you're playing against a slow person, so that means you got more time to think about the moves as you go. But that will do it, folks. That's what we got here. So once again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you watched some of my online tournaments this month. If you want to see the other 2 spoilers, you know, again, I like the views. I'll probably be spoiling them at the end of that. So if you see my announcement that I'm going live on Twitch, join in, watch the game. Feel free to be a peanut gallery in the chat. We do a lot of fun things. You have sound alerts that can do fun things too to interact with the game. You can make me put on goofy hats, and a lot of people like making me put on goofy hats. But otherwise, come watch Warlord, and have a good time. That's what we're all about. So stay tuned. That tournament starts July 10th. So these spoilers probably around the 11th is the first one, and then maybe like the 12th, 13th is the second one. It's really going to depend on who I'm playing against and what's going on there. But yeah, stay tuned, folks. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and that's how you get it. But again, more importantly, let me know what you think about Shyesta. You can let me know what you think about Raziel too. I'm sorry, I'm evil, but that's what I gotta do, folks. I'm here to entertain. So with that, take it easy and have a good one. Bye-bye.